Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Wildflower Will's New Start Monday. I'm Louise from Wildflower Will, and it's Monday, which means I'm casting on a brand new project that you guys voted for. So let me see here. So tonight we're going to talk about the new project. We're going to talk about the yarn. We're going to talk about the project, talk about last week's project, and I did some secret knitting this past week. We'll talk about that too. And then we can just chit chat about what you guys have been working on this week. So, first things first, we always start with this week's yarn. So, I'll show it to you if you didn't have a chance to see it. Hi, everybody. Hope you guys all have got your knitting and getting settled in. So, places that you can vote. If you are new here, you can look at Wildflower Will's Instagram. In the stories, there is a poll. In the Instagram post, there is a post there, and you can comment with what your vote is for this week. You can also go look at Wildflower Will's Facebook page, and I also put it on the YouTube page as well. There is a poll there. So there's lots of places. Wherever you are on social media, there should be a poll, a place that you can vote. So the yarn for this week was this really drops wish yarn. So this was a Christmas present to myself. I purchased it at Knit Stitch, and I picked up 2 balls, and it is so soft. So this was the yarn for the project. You all were voting if it was going to be knit into a hat or knit into mitts. So before I tell you what the winning project is, I will tell you a little bit about the voting. It was pretty close, although the other project really caught up midday, and I thought, well, this is going to be really close. Facebook, again, typically always has different votes than what Instagram does for whatever reason. There were a couple really funny comments because a couple of you said, forget the new projects, knit Eric socks. So, which I replied with a laughy face because you guys all know they probably won't get done until next December. I have good plans, right? Oh no, they're not. They're supposed to get done next month. Oh my gosh, Jocelyn, I forgot already. If you guys were listening to Jocelyn and I Thursday night, you guys all the first word that popped into my head was bullied me, and that is not the right word. But you guys all strongly encouraged me that my goal project for next month when Jocelyn and I check in the beginning of February was to have progress done on Eric's socks. We decided not to say the F word because that totally psychs me all out. So those socks are supposed to be done in the next month. That's right. So yes, they will be done long before next Christmas, as long as I don't forget. um, anyways, so along with the voting, there was Tracy brought up a really good point about this yarn. She voted for a hat because she said that this yarn is going to pill pretty bad. And she thought it'd be more suitable for a hat because obviously mitts are going to get a lot more wear and tear, which I think is probably very true. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. So, hi, I see lots of people coming in here and chiming in. Oh, Elena's here. Hi, Elena, and Sam, and Therese, and Jude, and Val. Oh, Jocelyn, I know. I'm making her laugh, right? I already forgot. It's only been Thursday to Monday, and I forgot about what my challenge goal was. I know. I don't think I wrote it down. Maybe that's part of my problem. I should put it on my whiteboard. Maybe that's where it should go. Oh, and you didn't have a chance to vote today, and I saw Susanna. Susanna voted for both. Somebody voted for mitts, or they suggested do fingerless mitts. You guys, I tried to knit Jocelyn's Halloween fingerless mitts, And I don't know, I just yeah, fingerless mitts, it's not gonna happen, but thank you for suggesting that. Okay, so I will let you know right now. Let's do our imaginary drum roll. So, what did everybody, um what did everybody vote for? Did they vote for hats? Did they vote for mitts? It was pretty close right till the end, and then the vote at the project that was the winner kinda took off right at the end. Oh, Melanie, you gotta run. Well, thanks for popping in to say hi. Okay, without further ado, this week's knitting project with this beautiful wish yarn is mitts. So, I am pretty excited because I haven't knit mitts in a while, and that's what a few people said, making lots and lots of hats, switch it up, do mittens. And I bought the yarn originally to do a hat. As soon as I saw this, Suzanne had a sample knit up in the shop, and oh my goodness, she had a hat made, and she said it took just not quite 2 balls to do the hat that she had done. And it was so soft, and I love this blue. The color is just navy. And I was hooked. I thought, okay, this is what I need to do for myself. I need to make myself a nice blue hat. Well, then last night I was thinking, do I want to do a hat? And as you guys will find out, I have done a ton of hats this week. So I thought, I think I would really like to do mitts. So I did a quick little search on Ravelry for this yarn and the projects that people had made with it. And Drops actually has a mitten pattern. It's a number, I think it's 226 friendship mittens. And it is knit with this yarn. It takes just under 2 balls to do a pair of mitts. 6 millimeter and a 7 millimeter DPNs is what the Ravelry page suggested. The ball band suggests a 9 millimeter. This is a super bulky. I'm kind of really liking super bulky weight yarn because it knits up so fast. I think that is my secret to getting finishes done. I need to have really, really super big yarn. I think that's the clue. That's the key right there. So, anyways, this says 9 millimeter, but obviously for mitts you want to go a little bit smaller needle because you want it denser and you don't want one blowing through too much, right? So I will have to see. I knit loose, so typically I go down a needle size anyway, so maybe a 5.5 and a 6. I have to see. Yes, Daisy is here. She's come to say hello. Amber, I saw your comment, and yes, I did feed her before we started, so she is not starving. I think she just wants a lap to sit on, I think is what she wants. So, mittens, you guys. So, I'm really, really excited to knit a pair of mitts. This is really, really lovely yarn. It feels like a cloud. It is really nice and soft. But going back to Tracy's comment, because now she's really got me thinking about this, and I can't remember what the term was that she used for this yarn and how it's spun. Core spun? Is that what I want to say? So the yarn, this yarn, it is a blend. It says on here, a super soft mix of baby alpaca, cotton, and merino wool. Discussion before, haven't we? Where this yarn, I think the cotton is the core, the center of the strand of yarn, and then the alpaca and the merino is spun around it. And I saw somebody's Instagram reel, blown yarn. Louise, that sounds right. That could be right. So I saw a reel, and I forget what her name is. Did you guys see the reel? She had bought a sweater So it wasn't hand knit. She bought it from a store, but it was recycled cashmere, which really got me thinking because we had talked about recycled cashmere as well. So, anyway, she wore her sweater once and then she showed the sweater and it was pilled all over. Not even just under the arms, but just like literally all over the sweater. And so she was saying how this is like really unacceptable for something that you have purchased to only wear once and then really, if you did nothing to it, you would not want to wear it out in public again. But she took her gleaner, that's what it's called, right? The and was just going over and taking off all the pills on it, and it was coming out nice. But it's how she was saying with her recycled cashmere was probably because the fibers were super super short. So whether that would keep doing that, or if you kind of got rid of all those short fibers the first time, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that this is gonna be kind of the same thing. So we'll see. We will see. When Tracy used it for mint, she said it's gonna get too much wear, it's gonna pill, a hat would be a better idea. And I thought, well, what are the chances that it would just rub enough that the pills would kind of felt and maybe it would turn into a benefit, and be felt it an extra warm. And she was like, "Nope, not gonna happen." So I think, anyways, I don't know. It's only 2 balls. It'll be a good experiment, and we'll see what happens. It's really nice and soft. I think it'll make a really lovely pair of mitts. If I have to, like, clean off all the pills on them, we'll try it. It'll be an experiment, and I will report back. So mittens it is. I've gotta find DPNs. I've gotta find big DPNs, you guys. I think, yes, my internet there, I saw for a second gave me a message saying it was unstable. So hopefully hopefully it holds out for us for the next little while till we get through chatting tonight. So, anyways, mittens it is. We're gonna try the yarn. We'll see how bad it pills, and we'll go from there. So it will be, oh yeah, Liz said yes. Yes, it was a bad internet connection, but hopefully it'll hold out for us. So anyways, we'll try it. I'm really excited to try the yarn. It is really, really, really nice and soft. Um, yeah, I like it. I like it. So I'm excited. It's only 2 balls. If it doesn't work, then I will let you guys all know. Just keep it for hats. I think we talked a bit about this a couple of times, that whether not specifically this yarn. I remember Lisa from the Codependent Knitters. She was telling us, uh, Amber saying, "Look in my vases." I know I have a lot of needles, but never ever seem to have the size that I need. So I will have to do a little bit of digging around to see what I can find. Start with a 6 millimeter, I guess, and we'll see what I get. Anyways, Lisa had said she had knit a sweater. Good bet that it was probably in a gray shade. And that it was the same thing. She was really, really worried about, um, she said she didn't put her purse strap over her shoulder because she didn't want it rubbing on the sweater, and what was even like putting another coat or anything. So I think she like walked around like this all night, wearing her sweater so nothing was going to rub on it for the exact same reason. Which then leads me to the other question is, why do they make yarn like that if it's, not going to stand up even through the first wear? Is it something that you should just know and just literally be for a hat? Because what else would you make with it that's not going to have any wear and tear on it, right? It's that debate between having something super, super soft versus how bad it's going to pill. So, anyway, I'm excited for this to see what they do the first time I wear them, for a day, and see. I have to remember to take pictures kind of when I get them all finished, and then maybe throughout the day like after scraping the windshield off on the car, see how what the palms look like on them. We'll kind of do a progress throughout the day and see how they stand up. Um, oh, Liz, you're exactly right. Liz says, rule of knitting, whatever needle size you need, you probably won't find it. That is exactly. Oh, Lynn says, who sells it? It's a drops. Aptly named because I just dropped them both on the floor. I'll show you the band here. So it's Drops Wish. So it is really, really soft. It's really, really pretty. I love the heathered look to it. Yeah, I love it all. So we will see. Yeah, I bought it in Knit Stitch. Um, so she will have them online. So if you want to wait till I make them and try them out, you can order it online from Knit Stitch. Yeah, so Elena's saying it's probably meant for accessories rather than garments. Yeah. Well, we will see. Hopefully, I always wanted to say this, and then you guys know I like feel like I'm jinxing myself, but it's a pair of mitts, and I could have this done for next Monday, and I think it might possibly snow here this weekend, so it'd be a perfect time to have a new pair of mitts. We'll see. That would be my plan to have it all done. I can wear them this weekend, and then we can chat more about how the yarn holds up next Monday. No, Sally, it's not 100% wool. It's a blend. So it has cotton in it, but I think that is the center, the core piece, and then it is what did I say? Baby merino blend. So it's really, really nice. It's really nice. Now I did give this to my friend who is allergic to wool because I thought for sure that she would think that this was like absolutely wonderful and no, she picked it up and put it up to her neck like this, and she was like, "Oh, no, it's itchy." But I don't feel any itch at all. I think it's really, really lovely. So, mittens it is. I just need to find some needles, and I'm gonna cast on, and it won't take long at all because you guys know mittens are super, super fast, and this is super bulky, so it'll be, like, triply as fast. Um, so, anyways, the other thing okay, so th listen, my week's knitting. I got a lot done, you guys. You know how I was really wanting to be a finisher this year? I have always started out how many the last like 3 years in January, embracing this finishing vibe and being like, I'm gonna finish. This is the year. I'm channeling all you guys who finish things. I'm like, I'm I'm like feeling those vibes and really, really trying to embrace that. I think I am off to a fantastic start for this year. So what I did, I decided at the kind of at the last minute that I was going to knit hats for my family. So what I did was I did 6 hats in 5 days. So I did Yeah, so I finished 6 hats since last Monday. I think I showed you a couple of the hats. I showed you the one I finished last Monday. It was a black, kind of a black and gray, and it was called Metropolis. And it was a Woolies Thick and Quick. This yarn was one that I had done. This is the one that I kept for myself. This was Jam Cookie. This was a New Start Monday, I don't know, back mid-December probably. And I knit this one for myself and made a nice big pom pom for it. So there was 10 of us got together this past weekend for Christmas, and I did each of us a hat. And 6 of those hats I did Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, that was it. 2 on Saturday. Anyways, so I got 6 hats. 6 hats finished this week. And I know, where is Asa? I know, just when I need people to hear me say I knit 6 hats this week, you guys. Plus I worked on last week's new start. So this is what basically they were. One I did crank. I used some really cute pink yarn. I couldn't find any pink in the Thick and Quick. There's a really nice pink, this one. This is the shade I wanted. It's called Raspberry, but they were sold out. Everybody must have bought this, either put it in people's stockings or bought this raspberry color. Oh, wait. No, this is Blossom. Uh-oh, now I'm mixed up. This I think must be raspberry probably, right? And this is Blossom. I think this is Blossom. This is the color I wanted to do my mom's hat. I went to 2 Michaels and they were sold out both places. So I got a nice light pink in Impeccable, the worsted weight Impeccable. That's a little tongue twister. And I used the knitting machine and I cranked mom's hat. So she would have a nice pink hat because I knew she would like that. And so 5 of them were Thick and Quick, hand knit, one was cranked. So 6 finished hats, you guys. I need to just feel that for a while. 6 finished hats this week. I don't think I have ever made that many hats in 1 week before. So that was something I just need to enjoy. So I kept one for myself, gave the rest away. They all looked really, really good. I do have to say, I like them. Hi, Tracy. Thanks, Ailey. I'm super excited. Oh, Ailey can't sleep, so you've come to watch the live. Well, that's good. I'm glad that we can be here for you. So while I was working on those hats, because that was my top priority because I needed them for Christmas Saturday afternoon, my last week's New Start Monday didn't get a lot of knitting done on it until you guys voted for the Mosaic. I think it was Stranded or Mosaic was last week's vote. And this was my blue yarns, the Sans yarn from Norway. And this is the DK weight. And what did we, teal and light aqua, I think are those, the 2 colors. This yarn here came from Little Red Mitten. Love it. So I have got, seems this belt, I swear this belt, this one is a little bit, I must be using a little bit more of this than the, or maybe the weight wasn't totally even. I did weigh this after I did 2 repeats of my pattern just to see how far I was going to get with 1 ball of each. Definitely going to have to go buy more. So probably this Friday, I will take a little trip down to Little Red Mitten. Hopefully they have these colors in stock. If not, maybe I'll have to have them order them for me. And anyways, so that will depend on if I can get the yarn, how soon this project gets finished. So we decided we were going to make it a longer, like infinity scarf, a double wrap. And this is what I've got done so far. And I have to say, I am loving this. I love how it looks. I love knitting it. It's really, really easy so far. And knock on wood, cross my fingers, cross all my body parts, I have not made a mistake on it yet. I should totally not have just said that because I may have to put a lifeline in just to be on the safe side. If I do have to, I feel like now I've just jinxed myself, right? But I am loving this, you guys. I like this. I think it looks nice if it was, you wear it this way, if it was up and down. I just love it. Love it. I love these 2 shades of blue together. I just absolutely love everything about it. I am so glad that I went with garter stitch. So I think when I was initially thinking about this project, I was envisioning it in stockinette in my head. But then I thought, oh, you do stockinette, then you run into what you do with the edges so that they don't curl. And so when I started it, I just decided, no, I think I'm going to do garter and take a chance, and if I didn't like it in garter, I would pull it out. But I love the ridges, the textured look of the pattern. It's nice and squishy. That's the back side. So you can see the diamond pattern in there. It's not reversible, but the back side doesn't look too bad either, does it? I don't think, right? So what is the pattern called? It is just a chart that I found in a Barbara. Oh, I don't have the book here. I showed it Saturday in a Barbara Walker. I think it was her third treasury of charted pattern designs. And it is wallpaper lattice is what the pattern is called. So really, really easy. The mosaic knitting is really easy to do. If you haven't done it before, I would highly suggest doing something, picking a small project. Fiber Friends, this is our monthly challenge right now, you guys. So a dishcloth would be perfect. Sam, I see Sam's name just popped up. Sam, a mosaic dishcloth would be really, really fun. Somebody, I think it was probably Susanna, looked up on Ravelry when we were chatting, and she's like, yeah, there was like, I don't know, 222 mosaic dishcloths or something, right? Um, so it's easy. You're only knitting with one color at a time. You're slipping the other color. Really, really easy. You you knit from a chart. The color of the first block of the chart tells you which color you're knitting across that row. And then you just work your chart across. You knit, you slip, you knit, you slip, you knit, you slip. So if your first square of your chart is white, the white squares are my light blue, and those white or light blue squares are knit. And the other squares, the dark with the black ones, are slip stitches. And so you just knit, slip, knit, slip, knit, slip, knit, slip all the way across. You turn it around and you work the wrong side row exactly the same. Whatever color you were knitting, you just look at your stitches and you just knit them in the same color, and you knit and slip exactly what you did all the way back across. Really, really easy. So that second row, you don't even need to look at the chart. It's actually easier if you don't, I think. Just look at your stitches and read your stitches and do the exact same back across. You come back to the right side row, then you're switching colors. So if this next row will be a black square, and my black is the dark blue, those dark blue or black squares, that's what I'm knitting. So it's not as if the light blue is always slipped throughout it, it switches. On 2 rows, the light blue will be slipped. On the next 2 rows, the dark blue is slipped. So it's one of those things that maybe sounds a little confusing, but once you start doing it, it's really, really, really easy. Only every other row is charted because the rows, the front and the back side are exactly the same. You just it's just wrote as one row across, and you read it right to left, and then you read the exact same row back left to right if you want to read the chart back. So it is really pretty. I love this. Absolutely love it. Cannot wait to finish it. Cannot wait to wear it. So the red is obviously that the red is not supposed to be there, right? Well, it is, but it's not. It's supposed to be there because it's waste yarn. And I decided to cast on doing the crochet provisional cast on with waste yarn. And you know what? Every time I go to do a provisional cast on, I can bet money that I will start crocheting with my main color, like every time. And then I have to pull it out, go find an oddball of something. So I started this right in January. So I had red lying around, I guess, for my Christmas stocking. That's what this little bit of red was for. So that's why it's red. Um, and so I just started it again, and waste yarn for the provisional cast on. So what I'm hoping to do is knit this really nice and long, and then I will pull out my red waste yarn, pick up my stitches, and then I will just graft it for Kitchener stitch. Kitchener stitch and grafting are the same thing. I will graft it or Kitchener stitch it for garter stitch and just have an invisible grafting join right there. I have a big long infinity scarf that I can wrap around. So that will be that. So I'm going to work on this a little bit more tonight. It's very addictive, very fun to knit. I have just been sitting pretty much all day yesterday with an audiobook on and just working across this chart by chart by chart. It takes me an hour and 5 minutes to work 32 rows of the chart. So now I'm trying to figure out, how many each row of the chart. So one of these, this is yeah, I guess that is pretty much right there. So I've done one, two, three, four repeats, and each repeat, I think it was about 2.5 inches. So I try, how I like to do all the math and weigh my yarn and how it was 2 gram, 4 grams, I think, gave me 2 inches. Anyways, I wrote it all down. And no matter how I did it, I'm like, I definitely need more yarn. So more yarn shopping for me this weekend. Oh, Ailey says it looks like a beautiful piece of porcelain, the pattern and the blues. It does, doesn't it? Yes. I I'm just really, really happy with it. Yep. Just the colors, you're right, the colors and the pattern, it all just worked out nice. Oh, Louise says, I do a provisional cast on over a cable cord. Oh, and then just knit the live stitches off of it. No need to pick up stitches. Oh, that is a fantastic idea. And then just pick up the live stitches on it. I love that. I love how somebody takes an idea and then they tweak it just to be like, yes, why do we have to do that extra step when we could just do this? Fantastic idea, Louise. I'm gonna try. Well, I'm gonna have to remember it, but then I want to try that. Oh, that's so exciting! Thank you for sharing that. So yes. Oh, Liz is saying great idea. I know. So has anybody else done that or have heard of that? I know, right? Like how are these are like mind-blowing ideas, right? It's like, how do we not think of these things? Some smart people. Oh, Nikki's done it. Good job. Oh, Sam, yeah, this would be a great mosaic would make it a great dishcloth pattern for you. It would be lots of fun. We can maybe do that on Thursday. Find you a new pattern. So, anyways, I'm having a lot of fun with this. And I would like to do a repeat every night. It only takes me an hour. So I'm hoping I can do one every night. Maybe tonight I'll do an hour on this and then I'll get my mitts. Well, then I'll look for needles. and then I will get cast on. So I don't know. I may be up a little bit late. We'll see how late I stay up. But I know I can't wait. I can't wait. I just can't wait. Well, yeah, okay, they don't match. I was hoping, somehow in my mind, I'm thinking those blues, well, I mean, they're both blue, right? I wanted to have one of the things I always also say is that I want to start making things that match, right? Like hat and mitts that match, cowls and mitts that match, because this is what I always end up with is everything odd colors, right? My hat, my cowl, my mitts. At least I'm in the same color family this time, so maybe it's a little closer. But I thought, ooh, I'll be able to wear all of this together. Yeah, I'm really liking this. No, Sam, Mosaic is not hard. You just have to read a chart. So just go row by row. Oh, and I should say I've got one of my new little stitch markers on here. This there's a little set of stitch markers and a progress keeper that had a snowman on it that was stuck in one of my Christmas cards with the Fiber Friends Christmas card exchange. So I'm using that. It's really, really sweet. Oh, Suzanne Bryan has YouTube tutorials. I'm sure she does. I like watching hers. Um I do watch hers. Yeah, she's one of the people I always go to if there's something that I need a refresher on or something that's new. She's always a good person to go check out. Oh, Liz is saying, yep, Sam, mosaic is easy. Two colors, and you just slip one color. Exactly. You're only working one at a time. Nikki's, that's right, Nikki. Not all the trees in the forest are the same, but the forest is beautiful. That's right. I like that. Linnell, how are you? Happy Monday night. Oh, well, Sam, there is a saying, whether you think you can or you can't, you are right. So if you think you can't, you are already setting yourself up to have trouble. You can do it. It is not that hard. Not that hard. I would not lead you astray. Yes, and see, Amber's saying, "Sam, it looks easy." It really, really is, and this is the fun thing, right? Because it does look complicated, right? When and so to non-knitters, they you say, "Oh, I made this," and they look and they go, "Oh my gosh," right? And then only do you know that it's really way easier than it looks. But, but on the other hand, you still also have to know what you're doing too, right? And it does take a little practice. But yeah, Sam, you can do it. Absolutely. Hi, Wendy. Oh, you're adding to your scrap Afghan. It's too short for my bed. Oh, that's right. You said you finished it last week, didn't you? Right. Add on a little bit more. That's right. And you know what? Knitting is just knitting. How many times do we start something and we make a mistake or we have to pull it out? Excuse me, we've used the wrong needles or didn't cast on enough stitches or whatever reason, right? It's just it's all fun. It's all fun. Maybe not quite in the moment when you realize you made a mistake and you have to rip out a bunch of rows, but the world is not coming to an end. It is just knitting, right? So however it works out, it's all good in the end. So that's my projects. I'm going to keep working on this. So I did update Ravelry last week, you guys. I've got um, the picture of the yarn is on there. I did try to upload a picture that I had done. I think I posted one in the Fiber Friends group of when it was about half the size. Um, but I couldn't get the picture to go over to Ravelry for some reason. So, anyways, but the project is there and it is on the whiteboard. So, so I can't say it's finished, but it is on there. So today's project has to go on here. I went to go put it this week's oh, look at this. I have a marker. I can update it right now. I went to go put today's project on Ravelry. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought, okay, I can make a Ravelry page for today's project. And then I started to do it and I'm like, wait a sec, I don't know if it's mitts or a hat. And I'm like, okay, there's no point in doing this because I didn't have like any of the information. So, but I literally had Ravelry open, ready to put that blue wish yarn in there. So, but I'm going to do it right now. Somebody left me a message last week saying, Louise, you should just update the whiteboard while we are chatting live. And I thought, you know what? That is a brilliant idea because then I don't have to worry about doing it afterwards. So we're going to do it right now. Today's the 9th, January 9th already. Isn't that crazy? Christmas just seems like a distant memory now, doesn't it? It I started gathering up and putting away all my Christmas decorations this past weekend, and now we're already 9 days into the new year. The days just go by so quick. Okay, so what am I calling this? I am calling this um, Blue Wish Mittens. How's that? I'll remember. Come next December, will I remember what project this is? If I don't, I will just go back and look on Ravelry. Probably Blue Wish mitts. And I need to keep track. I think down here on the bottom, because there is December, so I think I'm going to put hats down here. And because I do want to keep making hats. I would love to say I could make a hat a day, but I don't think that's going to be doable for a whole year. Um, oh, Sally says I could also update Ravelry as we talk. I probably could do that. So I did 6 hats. So I'm just going to write down, I don't know. I'm just going to write down 6 down at the bottom. Oh, you guys, that number's already wrong because, oh no, did I count this one? No, I don't think so. I think this might be number 7. I cranked this one last night. So this is just some yarn. So Sam, you might recognize this yarn. This is some of the stuff that I brought home from Knitting Club. Our Knitting Club had a bunch of yarn donated last week. So I brought some little part balls home. And look at this one. It's the color, well, it is very, very pale. It's like pink and yellow stripes. And then I just did the inside is white. So I cranked this last night. So this is going to be, now I'll have to count, see if this is 6 or 7. I can't remember if I counted this hat or not. Anyways, I've got 6 hats counted. So I've got 6 hats on my whiteboard. This week's project is on there. All right. I'm feeling all organized, you guys. Amber's saying, Louise, why not put a hat in once a month so that way you have a break from socks or sweaters? Just a thought. That is a good thought. That is a good thought. Sam. Oh, Sam, how many dishcloths do you have done so far? You had 3 plus a few more cast on. So I don't know. Do you have like 5 done so far? 7. Yes, I think that is 7. You're right. I think this will be 7 because the other ones I gave away. This one here is going to be donated. And I don't know. And this is just some leftover balls because I thought we've got all this yarn and I just really want to get it knit and so I can, keep somebody warm. But I don't know. I don't love this colorway. Somebody might, if somebody really needs something to stay warm, it's double thickness again, so it will be warm. But I don't love, love, love it. And I thought, oh, you know what? I don't want to crank out all of these oddballs into something that is just a hat, but it doesn't look pretty. So what I did, I have another hat cast on. So this pink and yellow stripe, I just used a little bit of it because most of this hat is just solid white. So can you see the pink and yellow in here? No, you can't see it on there. Oh, maybe a little bit right there. There's some yellow. But you just have to trust me. It's not really showing up on the camera. Can you see there? There's some yellow here. So I'm using that same ball in here, and I've got 4 strands of yarn. I've got 4 worsted. I think they're probably worsted. And there's one that is like there. That's a variegated. Pink, blue, purple variegated. This one here, I think, is that pink and the white. There's the yellow. It's not showing up. But it's very, very pale. There is a pink. That is just like a baby pink. And then a purple. So I thought I would just put them all together and then knit them with the same size needles that I did the thick and quick hats. So I can still get the same look as the thick and quick, use up some of these odd balls, and hold them together to get some really pretty colors. So, because I'm thinking already, I like this way better than just this. So I think even though I can't crank anything this thick, but I still can do one of these hats in a day. So, um, yeah, I'll probably do a little bit of both. I'll do some cranking and I'll do some super thick. Oh my gosh, Sam is close to 7 dishcloths. Amazing. January 9th, and you have 7 dishcloths done. Sam, you're well ahead of yourself. Amber, that's exactly right. People that are gender neutral are probably like that hat. That's right. Something, um, yeah, not as brightly colored, maybe. Well, I'm sure I'll have a variety. Things that are bright, things that are more neutral, but you're absolutely right. There's somebody will like everything, I'm sure, right? Well, Sam, that is amazing. Um, that's right, Wendy. Any donations are welcome. And that's right. You think like I think I'm a little bit torn, right? Because it really it bothers me that people have to sleep in the streets or be outside when it is cold weather like this. And I don't want to just say, oh well, they'll just be happy for whatever they get. And I mean, and I'm sure they will be because being warm is obviously the main goal. But I think, I would really like them to have something that is super pretty too, because they probably need something to smile about. I don't know. Anyways, I just want to make things pretty. So, but this is functional, which is better than it just sitting in a ball, right? So you were absolutely right, Wendy. So yeah, so there's going to be a bunch more hats in my future. So I will have this one's cast on is with my 7 millimeter needles, and then I'll pop up to the 9 millimeters and get this done, and just try to whip up some of these oddballs. Um, Jocelyn saying, Louise thinks I should knit hats for donations. I need one of those, flat knitting machines so I can make sweater pieces and seam up some sweaters and cardigans for me real quick. I know. Well, you can do that, Jocelyn. Amber says, yeah, go with it and we'll make them happy no matter what the colors. You're right. You're right. Sam, sure I can help you with Mosaic. I would love to help you with that. Love to do that. So this is, I guess, my knitting for the week is I'm just going to kind of putter away and do some hats here and there, crank out a couple, try to knit some like super chunky, just adding random colors together to get some nice brights. But you're right, maybe I should do like some white and black. That would be fun together too. And then work on my mosaic knitting and my new mitts. So that my goal is to keep looking at this whiteboard. So the mitts are a doable project, and I didn't really even quite plan it that way because the mosaic, the long infinity scarf cowl kind of thing, is a bigger project, so it wasn't really doable to get it done in 1 week. But mitts are smaller, so I like the fact that without really even realizing it, I did a bigger project and a smaller project. So maybe by next Monday, the mosaic knitting may not be finished yet, but the mittens maybe. And that'll keep me on, like, that 50-50. Yeah, I like that. I wanna try and keep it a little bit closer. Exactly, Jocelyn. I know, Jocelyn's saying, yeah, don't forget, everybody's idea of pretty is different. That's right. So somebody may absolutely love this. You're right. And I mean, it's fine too. But I guess you're right. It's not my I wouldn't necessarily pick it, but you're right. Somebody may just absolutely love this, something that's a little softer. So somebody will probably absolutely love it. Okay, so Elena's saying, "I often see people completely in love with things that I think are absolutely atrocious. So I'm pretty sure that no matter how you feel about it, somebody will like it." Well, and that is absolutely true, right? Yes. Everybody's tastes are different, and it doesn't mean they're right or wrong, it's just different. So that's right, there'll be somebody out there who will be thinking this is exactly what they've been looking for. That's right. Oh, Sam, so okay, so you almost got your 7-dish class will be done tomorrow. That is exciting. So what is everybody else working on? Is anybody else get anybody anything finished? Is anybody casting anything on? Anybody else making mitts? Anybody else doing mosaic knitting? Anybody else making a ton of hats? um, I have a blanket project that I should start, but that won't happen tonight. As much as I think I want to do all of the things, I do have to remember that I do need to go to bed at some point. So yeah, the blanket project probably won't happen. And you guys will be very, very proud of me. I did not go to Michael's yesterday to buy more yarn because I think I talked about it somewhere one day or night. I can't remember now where it was. Maybe Fiber Friends with Jocelyn, I'm not sure. Our guild is doing this blanket project. So different squares for every month. And I had said I was going to do the loops and threads impeccable in Dove. Smoke, no, smoke. It's the color I said that I really like to do. And my first thought was, oh, well, I'll just go to Michael's and I'll pick up a couple balls here and there as I need them. But smoke is one of my favorite colors, and I'm sure I should just use those. But then again, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about that, I'm gonna need I don't know how many balls I'm going to need. Probably at least 6 if I can get 2 squares out of a ball. I probably should stick with the same dye lot, shouldn't I? I was thinking, is dye lot really gonna be a big difference? But maybe it might be. So maybe I do need to go shopping. Darn, here I was thinking I could maybe just knit this from my stash or at least start it. But now that I've said this out loud, I'm thinking, no, I think I probably should just go buy my balls and make sure I have the right dye lot, shouldn't I? Yes. Thank you guys for letting me talk this out. Somehow thinking it in my head is just not the same as saying it out loud to you guys. So thank you so much for listening and helping me work through that and realizing that yes, I do in fact need to go to Michael's. Oh well, at least I had a brief moment there where I thought I had the thought that I did not need to go yarn shopping. So the thought counts, right? Even though I guess it looks like I am going to go end up there after all. Okay, let me see what you guys are all working on. Did I see some blank? I saw something about fresh bread. Oh my gosh. Yeah, fresh bread. Oh, that is so addictive, right? You just like eat that whole loaf. Oh, it's so good. Tammy Project Linus. That is such a great charity to knit for. That is fantastic. Elena, you're knitting a cardigan. Oh, and a sweater. Okay, and they are both, it looks like Norwegian words. So fantastic. Okay, so Elena, are they plain? Are they stranded color work? Is what I'm guessing they probably are. Amber, oh, you're working on socks and your Rebel Mystery knit along. I'm supposed to be working on that too. And I didn't work on it at all because I was working on these hats. Uh-oh. I'm way behind on that. I will have to work on that a little bit too this week. Ailey, you're making good progress. Oh, on your second leg warmer. Fantastic. I should try and remember to put a picture in the Facebook group. Yes, you guys share your pictures in the Fiber Friends Facebook group so we can all see. I would love to see these leg warmers for sure. Hi, Jude. Oh, too much life stress here to consider crafting at the moment, which is why this is nice break. Well, yes, you can only do what you can do, isn't it? Well, I'm glad that even just sitting here and listening to us just is giving you a little bit of break. If you just don't have, sometimes you just don't have the brain power to pick up your knitting, your crocheting, your cross stitch, whatever it is, right? Even though sometimes that is a good, just a break to do the crafting, sometimes you just don't have the energy to do it, do you? But I'm glad you're here just hanging out with us, Jude. Jocelyn, you're very addicted. Oh, to fresh bread. I refuse to buy bread anymore. Homemade is just so good. Oh my word. I would gain 20 pounds in a month. If I started making homemade bread. Oh my gosh, it is so good though. Yes, so if you've got the willpower to not eat it all, then yes, I say go for it and do it. Nikki, you're going to finish your zig sweater. Oh, as you said earlier, and I even stole needles from another project because the needles I were they broke. What broke? Were they wooden? Ooh. Or did the cable come like unglued from the needle tip or something? Yikes. That is a problem. Broken needles. Yeah, we never plan on that, do we? Lynn, you finished 2 whips so far. Good for you. They were nearly finished, but they were still on the list. Look at that. 2 finishes. Finishes are finishes no matter how close they were. Oh, Jude, hollow like teenager. Fresh bread disappears too fast. Yes, for sure it would. Yeah, Nikki. I know if you yeah, you're down a pair. So this, I'll be buying yarn. You'll be buying needles, it looks like. Oh, Wendy's asking Louise, where do you get the larger circle needles? So you mean lengthwise? Um, Pretty much everybody's here around here. London Yarn has our best selection. Little Red Mitten's pretty good. But most yarn, like every yarn shop should sell them. If you're talking like for Magic Loop or doing like an Afghan. Oh, midnight. Sam and I's cats could be sisters. It is so funny. They look pretty much identical. Oh, the join from the cable to the tip. Oh, it was a Haya Haya. Do they replace them? And you've had a mosaic pattern, but decided I have 2 other projects to finish first. Oh, and no, 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 no. Let us talk you out of that. Cast it on. At least cast it on, because then it'll be there ready to work when you finish one. How close are your others to a finish? Are they like really close? I think you should just cast on. Oh, hi, Alice. Oh, you having internet troubles? I know. Well, I think I was having some troubles here too earlier. Ailey, when you were a kid, many years ago, I know it is many years ago now for a lot of us. Your mom would make fresh bread every day. So good. I would steal some of the dough. Oh, um, I remember when I was a teenager, I had a summer job, and that was one of my jobs was to make fresh bread. I think I did it every other day. Yeah, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. So, so good. Well, you guys have all got great projects on the go, and some people are close to finishes. That is really, really exciting. Oh my gosh, and we are pretty much at the hour mark. It always amazes me how quickly an hour goes by. So, what do I have to do? Ravelry. Sally, I did not put the project in Ravelry, but I promise, cross my heart, soon as we're done chatting here in a couple minutes, I will go right to Ravelry. I will try to update last week's project, and I'm going to update the picture, and I'm also going to put in a couple little notes just so I have it there for my own reference. And I will put in this new yarn. So stay tuned, guys. And I don't know, I don't have any predictions. Am I going to come back here next week and still be in love with this yarn and say, you guys, this yarn is the best? It doesn't matter if it pills, it is so super soft and warm. Or am I going to come on here and be like, oh my goodness, let me tell you a story about these mitts? I don't know which way it's going to go. We'll tune back in next week. I will leave it as that as a cliffhanger. Will this yarn be worth buying and knitting again? Will it be worth just being hats? Is it going to be sturdy enough? Will it stand up for mittens? Tune in next week and we will find out the answer. So, how's that, guys, for a cliffhanger? So join me next week and we'll see some progress on that and all my other projects. We'll see if how many hats I get done this week. And then, of course, you guys come back and update us on all your projects too. So have a fantastic week of knitting, everybody. I hope everybody has a great week, has a little bit of time for some crafting every night. And I will see you Saturday with Cheryl on the Fiber Friends channel, and then I'll be back here next week, hopefully with my first finish. I guess it's technically, well, my hats, but they weren't New Start Mondays. So my first New Start Monday finish. Fingers crossed next Monday. So good night, everybody. Oh, yes. Happy Wednesday or Tuesday, Therese. Yes, it is Tuesday at lunchtime for you. Well, enjoy your day, everybody, and I will chat to you next week. Bye, everybody.